Welcome everyone, my name is Ashley, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing a video from Louise. The video just came out, I think it was yesterday, and it was what I wish I knew before losing weight. So I'm going to hit my own general review of this and see if I believe she's got things in the right order. I did watch this yesterday and I was like, some things I agree, some things I was like, maybe a bit off. So let's go down. Let's play.
Telling you all of the things that I wish I knew before I started losing weight. I broke it down into a list of 10 things. There is a lot more that I wish I knew, but these are kind of the most important that I thought, it might benefit you if you are starting.
So it's going to be a list of 10 things that she wished she knew. Okay, that's fine. Everyone has the list of 10 things that they wished they knew. So I'm going to see how accurate I think she is and what maybe I think is. I'm going to give you my 10.
Your weight loss journey, or you'll think about losing weight, or you're already in the middle of losing weight, that you might find helpful and that I wish I knew, if that makes sense. Hopefully you find this video useful. Before we get started, I would really appreciate it if you left a like. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. I make lots of...
Before we begin anything, please like and subscribe to this video. And please like and subscribe to her video, because she's also making great content. I'm just reviewing her content. And obviously, I'm in the same situation as her. I've lost excessive amount of weight like her. We've both been on a massive journey. Our story is pretty much similar. Similar. And the only difference really is how we started it, losing weight, and the gender. That's pretty much the only difference. She's an awesome person. So I do recommend, if you like and subscribe to my video, jump onto her video, do the same thing. I'm going to link everything down below, so please do that. Do that before you subscribe to mine. I recommend it.
Videos about my weight loss journey. I share all of the things I've learned and things I'm learning. I do what I eat in a day videos, and I also am going to be making a lot more stuff on weight loss and just my journey and health and all of that.
She does quite a lot of content, and as she's saying that, this is what the videos she does. I did go back quite far. It wasn't always the case, but also when she jumped onto the weight loss journey, that was the main focus, and it's really good. Her videos are really fun to watch. So again, subscribe to her channel.
That's all of that fun stuff. So the first thing I wish I knew before I started losing weight was that I don't need to make a drastic 360 lifestyle change. I wish I knew that I didn't have to go from eating junk food every single day, like getting takeaways, like I would get like 3-4 takeaways a day sometimes, going from that, drinking liters and liters of Coke, as much junk food as I can fit in every single day. That's basically how I was living my life. I didn't have to go from that and sitting on the sofa 24/7. I didn't have to go from that to then exercising every single day and eating salads every day. I wish I knew that, because that is what stopped me from starting for a very long time, because it's very daunting just knowing that you have to make like that drastic change, and that stopped me from wanting to start for a long time until I actually got to the point of being so sick and tired of the way I was living and how I felt in myself that I did make that change. And I did actually make quite a drastic change. I went from one day eating really unhealthy to...
I totally agree with that. Having a massive change in your... I'm going to go for what I did. And she's saying that this is basically what I did. So I went from point A to point B super fast. From eating pizzas, takeaways, junk food, to I threw everything away. I was working out. I was eating good food. I was eating healthy food. I was losing weight excessively fast, but realistically what I could have done was I started low, if that makes sense. I could have just gone for a walk and kept the food. That walk would have helped me burn more calories, and I could have just upped the gain, because what you don't really want to do is go too far down too quick. And what that basically does is your body sort of gets used to it, and then you got to reduce your calories even more and more, to a point where you're not really eating at all and you fail. So yeah.
The next, eating healthier and counting my calories and exercising, which it did work for me, but it doesn't work for everyone. And I wish I knew that I didn't have to do that, that I could have just started cutting down on things that...
I know, I think she's wrong. I think that does work for everyone. But as she said, she changed her life so drastically. I think it does work for everyone, but the only difference is majority of people cannot keep it up. That's it. It takes a moment where someone has a switch in their mind and they have to do this. If you don't have that, it's too hard. I got hit by a car. That was my switch. She has her own switch, and she's obviously done it. So yeah, so it is possible. Everyone can do it, and if they just switched everything, go from not doing something to working out and eating healthy, you will lose weight. It's just much harder to do so.
I was having, if I just cut out the Coke that I was drinking, because I was drinking literally, I would get like a massive bottle of Coke every day, and I would finish that every single day just to myself, or the biscuits, or instead of having 3 jacket potatoes, because bro, I had 3 jacket potatoes, I could have had just 1 or 2 jacket potatoes. And do you know what I mean? Like little things like that, just cutting down on the portion sizes, cutting down on the fizzy drinks, cutting down on certain things, that would have actually helped me lose weight. It would have been very easy for me to start losing weight. I thought that was very important.
Yeah, she's totally right. It's all based on calories in, calories out. Obviously, at a larger weight, your body needs more calories because it's basically like me carrying weights around. My body's going to be using more energy to move, meaning that I would naturally need more energy to survive. So that's where a bigger person would need more calories. So reducing it so far is pointless because they can still lose weight as fast. Maybe not as fast, but a little bit more consistent, more healthier way than getting too far in.
Because a lot of people think that you have to go straight into a healthy lifestyle, and it doesn't have to be like that. You can make smaller changes, and that way it is actually more sustainable, and you're more likely to stick to it, and you're just changing your lifestyle. You know what I mean? So I could have just swapped full fat Coke for Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, and cut down on my portion sizes, and that would have put me into a calorie deficit, and I would have lost weight, and it wouldn't really have felt like I was making a...
Totally agree. That is one thing. I went from, obviously I love Dr. Pepper, my favourite thing. I just scrapped it. I was drinking water and tea and coffee, no milk and all that, and now obviously I drink whatever I want in reason. I don't need to waste. I always will say this: do not drink your calories because it's so easy and you're not going to be full and you can go through more calories. So drink your calories in if you can drink a drink that's like 10 calories, that's fine. But when it's 100 to 200 to 300, you're wasting them. So yeah.
Massive change, especially when you are very overweight or obese. Little changes will make a big difference. Number 2, I wish I knew how effective, how good walking is for weight loss. I didn't realize how inactive I was. I literally sat down.
Okay, I don't think that would be, for me, that's not number 2. I think she's got that wrong. It's not a thing. If it's number 1, this is the most important. It's number 2, maybe number 10. This is how I'm seeing it. This is her most important one. I think for me, number 2 would be lose skin. No one told me, hey, Ash, when you lose 130 pounds and you get fit, you're going to have loose skin. No one tells you that. You go to doctors and they tell you, you got to lose weight, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do it. But no one tells you at the end of this journey, you might have loose skin. No one says that. So I think that should be number 2. Number 2, one of the most important things is to understand that when you're losing weight, you got a massive benefit, but there is a little bit of downside, and it's not all going to be rainbows and sunshines. It's just going to be a great feeling of losing weight, but you're still going to have that stigma or the scar, I guess. It's pretty much, that's what it is. It's there for life, and you can see it, and it's your battle scars, but no one tells you that. And it's, for me, when I had loose skin, I was really bad. I was really upset because I worked my hardest, and so one thing I don't like about myself, and it's the loose skin, and I carry on working out, and I carry on training as hard as I can to see if I can get rid of it, but it's not going anywhere. But for me, loose skin was one of the most important things, and in this one I would say number 2, maybe number 1, but I would say number 2. So let's carry on. Play.
A lot of the time I would get people to go and get drinks for me and get me my stuff. If I could get someone else to do it for me, I would. And if only I knew how much walking would help. So even going for a 10-minute walk, I would have burnt calories, and that would have brought me into a deficit as long as I didn't eat them back. I've learnt this throughout my journey, was that increasing my daily steps made a massive difference. Even when I had my back injury in January until more recently, I wasn't even exercising, but what I did do was getting my walk in and my daily steps, and I still continued to lose a bit of weight, and I didn't gain any weight just because I stopped exercising. So walking is like so beneficial. If you don't want to do any exercise, which I think you should definitely do some cardio for your heart and weightlifting to help maintain and build muscle to keep your metabolism up. But if you really don't want to, or you can't for whatever reason do exercise, walking is still an amazing exercise. When I was losing weight, I did eventually get a Fitbit and increase my daily steps, which has massively helped. But yeah, that is something that I wish I knew right from the beginning, that, you know, walking is an amazing exercise and definitely will help you lose weight. So the third thing I wish I knew was that not all health...
Oh, let's stop it there. So yeah, she's totally right. Walking does massive to yourself. It's a easy exercise that anyone can do. And if you're saying that you can't do it, then I was crippled. I was told that I couldn't walk. I pushed myself. I could do it. You can do it. And it's totally right. It's people who try and make it easy. Hey, can you get me a cup of tea? Hey, I'm on the sofa and I'm quite comfy. Can you get me a cake? Now, you could have burnt 10 calories getting up and getting that cake, and coming back as 20 calories. But that's the whole thing. Walking is a massive thing. And you don't have to walk far. A quick 10-minute walk is going to do wonders for you. And after a while, that 10-minute walk's a 2-hour walk. And you don't realise that you've lost like 200 pounds, 150 pounds, and you're loving life. But she's right there. Walking is necessary. You should do it. You should put into your life a little bit more. So yeah.
The thing I wish I knew was that not all health foods or healthy foods will actually help me
I'm
lose
gonna stop it
weight.
straight away. I just started it. I'm gonna stop it. And I don't know. I can't remember exactly what I think, but it's like, I understand what she's saying already. I already jump into the gun, and it's stuff like peanuts. You know, it's healthy fats, but people don't realize you can get a handful of peanuts, and it's probably like 300 calories. And I used to have like a bag of peanuts. I could devour the bag in 10 seconds, and it's like 1,000, maybe 2,000 calories. And I'm just like munching it down for snacks. It doesn't fill the spot. It's not like a massive quantity, so it's good for you, but in small doses, and it's very high in calories and stuff like that. It's like a chocolate bar. I know you're probably, the chocolate bar is not healthy. It's not. Yeah, I understand it's not healthy, but what I mean is like a Mars bar, a little small thing like that. You can eat the Mars bar. It's about 400 to 300 calories, and you're still going to be starving. It's just like a peanuts. You can get a handful of peanuts, throw them down, and you're starving still. So yeah, it's high calorie foods. It's not working. But sorry, I'm gonna play again.
When I first started, I thought having a bowl of muesli or granola was a healthy choice, and that would help me lose weight. But I quickly learned through calorie counting.
I heard that as well. Muesli and granola. I hated them both. I never jumped on that sort of thing. I really hated all that bad stuff. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna have that. Never gonna try it. So yeah.
That wasn't actually the best choice. I remember weighing out the tiny 20 to 30 grams, I can't remember, of muesli, which was like 400 calories with the milk. And it was so little. I wouldn't even consider that a snack. Like, that wouldn't even touch the sides. Yeah. It was like 500 calories for a small amount. And other things like peanut butter, nuts, smoothies, fruit juices, you know, them little nut bars that you get. They're so high in calories. Oh, pistachios. I loved pistachios. But I remember before, when I tried losing weight before, I would think I was getting a healthy option by getting roasted pistachios. Mate, they are beautiful, but oh my days. You could eat like 1,000 calories of nuts and that would just be a snack. Like, it's mad. Just because they are healthy and that they have good fats and they are good for you nutritionally, they are very high in calories. And when you're trying to lose weight, you want to be in a calorie deficit. So you would want to go for the lower calorie options. I wish I knew that it was more important to fill up on lower calorie options and get more volume to fill you up for longer so you're not starving all the time. Which actually brings me on to the fourth thing I wish I knew when I started losing weight, was that the leaner you get...
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to stop it there. I totally agree with that positioning. It's, I would say, third place, yeah, knowing, understanding low-calorie foods. If you can just switch that and not do anything, you're going to lose weight, because realistically, it's going to be much, much harder to eat your calories if you're using low-calorie foods. You're not going to do it. So yeah.
The leaner you get, the hungrier you get. It makes sense, but it's just something I never knew and I didn't know to expect it, if that makes sense. When you're bigger, your body has a lot of fat.
Yeah, I'm going to stop her again. I'm going to keep stopping just to explain what I believe. It doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. The leaner you get, basically, when obviously you're overweight, your muscles aren't really doing anything. They're basically, they are sleeping. When you get leaner and leaner, your muscles are like, they're starting. And basically your body and your muscles need fuel to sustain themselves. If you don't have the fuel, your muscles die out and just shrivel back up again. So realistically, when you see bodybuilders eating so much, it's just to keep the muscles hydrated and get them stronger and bigger. So your body necessarily needs more. The leaner you get, the more calories that your body needs, the hungrier you're going to get consistently. I eat quite often. I eat about now, I'm eating like 7 meals a day. I'm still hungry now. I've just eaten something, so yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's chilled. It's like, yeah, I know I've got the energy to use when you're in a deficit. So when I was bigger, I could go a lot longer without eating. I would sometimes skip breakfast. And if I was busy and I didn't eat, I could easily have missed a meal.
Don't skip breakfast. This is her own journey. I don't recommend ever skipping breakfast, because this is the only thing. So if you skip a breakfast, lunchtime you'll be starving, and when it comes to lunch you're just going to pig out. Realistically, eat a small, have a medium-sized breakfast, small lunch, and smaller dinner. Basically, if you're not really that hungry, you won't eat as much. But if you're starving, you're going to pig out, and it takes about 20-25 minutes before your body, or your mind and your body, understands that you've eaten and hits the signals through your body, so hey, I'm full. By then you're probably eating 500 to 700 more calories. So eat breakfast. Always eat breakfast
without realizing and not getting too hungry. Whereas when I started getting leaner and my body fat got lower, and basically now, if it's been a couple of hours since I've eaten, I know about it. I get hungry. So I get hungrier a lot quicker than what I used to. And I just never knew that that would be a thing. Like, I didn't ever think of it like that. Maybe as I'm maintaining and coming out of a calorie deficit, that might change. But at the minute, that was just something that I just really did not know would happen.
Yeah, you don't know. No one tells you. No one gives you this information. It's not like a common knowledge. It is sort of common knowledge for bodybuilders, but when you're losing weight, that's not something that you're looking at. When you're trying to be in a calorie deficit, when you're trying to get into a calorie deficit, sorry, I had a phone call, your body doesn't understand. Sorry, I jumped off topic. Someone's frustrating me. Yeah, no one tells you. When you're losing weight, that's why. When you're losing weight, you're not really looking at bodybuilders and understanding this is what's going to happen. You're looking at how to lose weight or anything like that. And this is not something that goes into the subject. You don't understand this is going to happen because you're looking at the wrong content. So yeah, and so I agree with that, what she's saying now.
And it's quite interesting. I've never actually heard anyone talk about that before. For me, anyway, the leaner I have got, the hungrier I have got. Another thing I wish I knew before I started losing weight is that lowering calories too far can actually do more harm than good. When I first started losing weight, I just went to 1,800 calories. Didn't really understand how to work out how many calories to have and all that stuff when I first started. So I downloaded MyFitnessPal, put all my stuff in there, and it gave me 1,800 calories. And I just went with that. But
MyFitnessPal does not know exactly how many calories that you need. It's just giving you a rough estimate for what an average person needs, but realistically it's not right.
I wish I kind of worked out how much calories I was eating from the beginning to maintain my weight, and then cut lower, if that makes sense. So cut it down by 500. So I was probably eating around 3,500 calories, and I could have started losing weight on 3,000 calories, but instead I cut it down to 1,800, and that made me lose weight pretty fast in the beginning. And the reason I say I wish I knew about this in the beginning is because the lower you cut your calories, the faster you lose the weight, but then also the faster your body will plateau. And when your body plateaus and you get stuck on them calories, because your body will eventually adjust to them calories, you have to lower your calories more. When my body adjusted to that, I could have moved it down to 2,500 and then moved it down to 2,000 and then 1,500. But instead, where I cut it down to 1,800 calories, I then had to cut it down again to 1,500, especially if you're someone that will lower your calories all the way down to 1,200, which is even more dangerous when you don't need only 1,200.
So, Louise looked at my one of my videos. She obviously done a review of my weight loss journey, and she indicated that I made some mistakes. And so I'm going to be honest with you, and this is my major mistake that I've done. And it's about this subject where you're reducing your calories. And I went through a phase that I went extreme. So I started at 2,000 calories. I hit a plateau. I brought it down such aggressively. So I went down to 1,500, plateaued after a certain time. I brought it down to 1,000. As she's already said, 1,200 is a dangerous level. I brought it down to 1,000. Don't get me wrong, I'm still working out 4 hours a day. So realistically, my calories should be much higher. This is why I lost a lot of weight, but I'm not even finished there. I plateaued on 1,000 calories. And you probably think, oh, you're probably counting your calories wrong. No. I counted my calories exactly right. Okay. So I went down from 1,000 to 500. I plateaued again. My body was getting used to it. And 500, at that point I was like, I can't go any lower. But I was wrong, I could. And then I started to alternative fast, day fasting. So day 1 I would eat, day 2 I wouldn't eat. 24 hours I would eat for 2 hours, and then 24 hours I wouldn't eat, then 2 hours, and then 24 hours. I plateaued again. But don't get me wrong, I'm not even eating half the time. I'm working out quite often. Then I went further down, and I went to a point that I wasn't eating for about 72 hours, then eating for about 2 hours, then another 72 hours, and my weight started going off then. But then I plateaued once again, and the way I had to stop it is I had to reverse everything. I'd done everything so wrong, and I understood that I was actually messing myself up, that I had to stop. I came off my diet and said, guess what, I need to give myself 1 week, maybe 2, and I'm going to eat junk food. I'm going to chill out. I'm not going to look at calories. And I brought my my consumption much higher. So I gained weight. But doing this, I was able to rectify what I'd done, the damage I'd done already. That my body was burning it so little calories. And I basically restarted at a better level and slowly went down again. And my weight shot down. I didn't have to go so fast or so aggressive. I just had to be more safe about it. So yeah. And I don't recommend doing what I did. It's, disclaimer, it's not healthy, it's stressful. So do it slowly, okay? Slowly. Apologize about that. Ran out my battery. Charged a little bit. Let's carry back on.
Then where are you going to go from there? Because you can't eat like less than 1,200 calories a day. So it's so...
I paused it already. I paused it. So as you said, you can't eat under 1,200 calories. I was eating about 500 to a point I was not eating for about 3 days. So yeah, I totally agree with that. You should not really go under that. Doesn't matter. I think you should understand that you shouldn't be going too far down. So yeah.
Important to make sure that you're not cutting your calories down too low. And also, the faster you lose the weight, the more likely you are to binge eat and regain the weight. And I just wish I knew more about calories and how to work out my TDEE. I also wish I knew...
I agree with that. It's very hard to not binge eat. I was very lucky. I was very disciplined in that sense, that I didn't even consider binge eating. I lived in a rural town where there was no takeaway, so it's not like I could just go and get a takeaway. I had to travel like 15-20 miles to get food. So yeah, I was lucky.
That sleeping is more important than getting up and going for a workout. Going to bed really late and then waking up extra early in the morning just to go to the gym and work out. You might think that, yeah, like, you know, I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, check me out, 4 o'clock in the morning, early bird catches the worm and all that, yeah. You might think that, but what you don't realise is you're going to the gym tired, so you're not going to get an effective workout, or even you don't have to be going to the gym, whatever workout you would do.
Okay, I'm going to jump in there, and yeah, it's totally right. You don't really want to go to the gym tired. Some people, I only need about 4 to 5 hours sleep. I'm pretty energized by that, but not everyone's the same. Some people struggle, and if you are struggling to survive or struggling just to stay awake, and you're trying to do something, and you're basically going to do 50%. You're going to not even push yourself, and again, it's better than nothing. But if you can get the sleep in, why not? Don't have to always run to the gym, and always go to the gym when you're refreshed and you're ready to go, not when you're half dead.
So last week I didn't get enough sleep for a few days. I had like 4 or 5 hours sleep, and that's really not enough for me, especially as I was working out a lot more. So I felt really tired all the time. I was just hungry like 24/7. Even when on my bed.
Yeah, I agree with that. I generally get tired at the end of the day. So in the mornings I'm very energetic, but comes to the end of the day I'm just
Really felt full. I was still kind of hungry. Then in the evening, I'd just finished my dinner and I was like really craving for some chocolate, and I'd picked up them Mars bars that are like 95 calories, and I got them because I was like, oh, it's only 95 calories, so it helped, you know, when I have a little chocolate craving, I can just have that with a coffee, whatever. Don't have them when you haven't had enough sleep, your leptin is low and your ghrelin is like through the roof, because learn from me, guys. I had like 5 Mars bars. I could not stop myself. I just couldn't. Sleep is so much more important than getting up early just to get a workout in. If you're going to wake up early, try to go bed early. Make sure you're getting in your sleep. Number 7, don't go shopping.
I kind of disagree. And it's not because it's the wrong message. I actually do think that you need sleep. But sometimes if you're out there working, and obviously you go home and all that, sometimes waking up, like for me, I have a full-time job, so physically I have to wake up at 5 o'clock. I'm up in the morning, I got something to eat, I'm working out, then I'm at work for several hours, then I get home, I get to work out a little bit more, then I get to cook dinner and chill out. If I didn't wake up at, just say 8 o'clock, went straight to work, got home, 2 to 3 hours in the gym, got back here, I'm going back to bed. It opens the day up a little bit more, but the message is there. Try and get more sleep if you can. There's no point over, if you don't have the energy, get more sleep if you can. So yeah, but I don't want you to go like, I've got work, I've not really slept, I'm not really going to go to the gym. I would put going to the gym over sleeping, or give it a little bit of both. Sleep an extra half an hour, go to the gym, leave the gym half an hour early. You don't have to do as much, but you don't want to just say like, I need more sleep. But if your day is full and you're not going to either go to the gym or you got to wake up early, go to the gym and go to bed a little bit earlier. Same thing, you're still getting sleep, but some people can't balance life around it, and it's very hard when you do a full-time job. So understanding that you don't have to wake up at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning like I do, but you might be able to wake up an hour earlier and have majority of your sleep. So having a good balance, that's probably the best way of doing that. So let's carry on.
Being hungry, learn from me. Do not do it, especially around holiday times. So especially when it's Easter.
Yes, I don't even know what she's going to say. I already know it. Yeah, when you're going to the shop and you're starving, your body needs the quick fix, and you don't go for you don't go to the shop and go, okay, I can cook this chicken, get some of this potatoes, this peel of the potatoes. You're like, I want food now. So it's like crisp, snacks, Mars, quick food, high calories, and that's what happens. That you're focused on the quick source of energy. But realistically, you need to be able to cook your own food, freshly cooked. So you can obviously counteract eating junk food. So that's what it is. It's your body wanting, craving energy then. And no one really wants to spend half an hour cooking if you can get the energy now. So that's what it really is. So I'm going to carry on because I'm just jumping in.
Valentine's Day, Christmas. They try and get you, I'm telling you, all this special edition stuff, it gets you when you're hungry. Like normally if I go shopping and I'm not hungry,
Okay, this Easter, not long ago, don't get wrong, I'm now, every day, I bought an Easter egg. And don't get me wrong, I worked hard. I am able to work it off. I exercised, I was in a calorie deficit, but I was still buying an Easter egg because I had at least one Easter egg a day. I didn't gain weight because I obviously maintained everything else. I was like, I don't need this. I don't need my lunch. I'll rather have an Easter egg. It's because I restrict myself so much. I like little treats. So yeah. But I understand if you're not so disciplined, you can't remove it. You're probably just whipping out an Easter egg or something on top of what you're doing, and it's just going to ruin the diet.
Just walk past that stuff or make informed choices. But when I am hungry and I go shopping,
it's 99p Easter eggs.
It is difficult, and I'm not joking. I will end up leaving there with all of the special edition Jaffa cakes because when you're hungry, you're like, oh, I need this. I don't know if it'll be here when I come back next. Make sure that you've had your breakfast or your lunch or you've had a snack before you go shopping. You're not ravenous when you go shopping because you are more likely to just be like, okay, let me pick this up. It's hard. It's hard enough to walk past all of the deliciousness sometimes and not fill up your trolley with Doritos and Jaffa cakes. Number 8, I wish I knew that I say bad, but it's, you know what I mean. One bad day, one bad meal won't ruin your progress. It won't do anything to your progress. I think it's important to be able to celebrate your birthday, celebrate your family's birthday, all these different celebrations, go out for a meal with your friends, like enjoy your life. Like obviously you want to lose weight to be happy and healthy. It's a lifestyle change. It's not like you're on a diet and you have to be completely strict 24/7. And it's important to remember that you are going to have days where you overindulge and it's okay, and it's not going to make a massive difference on your progress. If anything, you will gain a little bit of water weight over the next couple of days, and then if you continue, you get back on it the next day and you go back into your deficit or your maintenance, whatever your goal is. As long as
yeah, I totally agree with that. There's a saying in America, because obviously America is more based on this more overweight culture, and it's the saying is that you're not over. No, it's not that. It's okay to have a birthday and have a cake once a year, but when you're making every day like it's a birthday, this is why you're overweight. So that's the meaning of if you're treating every day like it's a birthday, having a birthday party every day, this is the reason why people get overweight. They'll snack on every food. But if you have once here and there, it's not going to hurt you. Now, if it's your birthday and you want cake and you want some snacks, you want to get some drink, you want to get wasted, do it. But if you do that every day, then that's a problem. So it's moderation, and being willful and understanding what you're putting your body through. So yeah, carry on.
You get back on track, it's not going to make a difference. It will even out and it's all good. In the grand scheme of things, one bad day is nothing. It's the same as if you eat healthy and in a deficit on one day, that's not going to make you lose weight. So the same as if you go over your calories for one day, that's not going to make you gain weight. So yeah, I wish I knew about body dysmorphia before I started losing weight. It's something that I've noticed more recently than as I was losing the weight. What I mean by this is I wish I knew that it would take a while for my...
I want to give you one tip that I believe is going to help. It's like a cheat days. I don't like cheat days, but I believe everyone should have a cheat day here and there. And so I don't want you to have a cheat day. If you're going to cheat, have a cheat hour. Because if you cheat in a day, you're going to ruin majority of that day diet. But if you have one cheat hour, well, you just pig out and just do something for 1 hour, the damage is restricted. So don't have a cheat day, have a cheat hour. If you're going to go off the bandwagon and eat some cake and feel bad about it, do it for like 1 hour and then jump back onto it. It's not going to do too much damage. And you're going to be back to where you were after a day or two.
Mind to catch up with my body. When I buy clothes, I'm really stuck when it comes to, I don't understand what clothes will fit my body. I think of myself as bigger than what I am. In the UK, I'm a size 10, and when I look at the trousers, they look too small, and I'm like, there is no way that will fit me. There's no way. And then I put it on and it fits, and I'm like, what? Like, huh? I have days where I am like, oh, you know what I mean? And I'm feeling myself. But then I also have days and I'm like, especially with loose skin, I have days and I'm like, okay, I look fatter than what I am. But then when someone takes a picture or a video of me, I look at that and I'm like, oh, I'm actually pretty lean. It's just weird. It's something.
I agree with that. I'm basically the same. I was in a triple extra large, XXXL, or maybe 2X or 3X large. And when buying clothes, it's very hard. And now, obviously, I was like, my waist was like, I don't even know what my waist was. That's the thing. I don't even know what my waist was. But now that I'm going through my weight, I'm actually a small. Medium is actually too big for me. I'm actually small. And I could go lower, but they don't actually do lower than small. And my jean size is like a 30, maybe no, sorry. It was a 30 2 months ago, or 3 months ago. Now it's went down to like 28. My weight changes, but I didn't even know what I was at the time. So let's carry on.
That I never thought I would ever experience. It's not something that really impacts me massively. I'm not going to say like I suffer from it. This is hard. It's hard to explain because I don't think I'm fat or anything. I don't feel fat. I definitely feel weird when I look at a video or a picture of myself. It's hard to adjust and be like, yeah, that's me, because it doesn't feel like that's me. Yeah, I hope you get what I mean. It's just sometimes I look down at my body, or especially my legs. Sometimes I look down at my legs, especially my legs, and I think they look quite jiggly and bigger than what they are. But then when I get
trying to explain, and it does. Sometimes some people, it's never enough, and a lot of people look at me and go, like, you've lost too much weight. And for me, personally, I'm like, well, I'm not there yet. I can lose a bit more. But that is basically, I got loose skin. And it's very hard for me to go, it's a thing. And realistically, people with loose skin, they have to physically lose a bit more because the fat in the loose skin is hard to get to. And it's hard to tell what you are. I don't have a massive six pack. That was my goal. And physically, I have to keep straightening down, or I need to start bulking up and get stronger and bigger. And this is what I'm doing. But it's hard to understand what you are with loose skin, and I totally agree with this.
A picture taken of me when I'm wearing shorts or a video, I'm like, they don't look bad, they look slim. I look slimmer than what I think I am. So that is something that I wish I knew I would be kind of dealing with now. It's just be nice to kind of know what's going to happen. Sometimes, when I was losing weight, I had days where I felt like I looked like I made no progress, even though I knew I'd lost quite a lot of weight. So it's sometimes hard for your mind to catch up with your body, especially when you lose weight fairly quickly. I also wish I knew that it wasn't going to be very easy to switch from losing weight to maintaining. And I wish I knew how difficult it would actually be to...
There's a video I've done about my loose skin, and I was reading through comments, and I just go through it again, and how bad I was, because I lost all the weight, but the loose skin, as I said, I just more feel that I was like slapping around because I was really hating it. And it's what people don't realize is things that you're going to go through, and it's not always pleasant, and no one tells you about this. So
One, realise that, okay, I need to start maintaining now. You get stuck in a thing of always wanting to see that progress in losing weight, and it is very hard to then kind of step back and look at yourself and be like, okay, well, I've lost a lot of weight now and now it's time to stop. It's very hard to switch that mindset. And even when you do decide to start maintaining, there is that battle of trying to get out of your head when you do gain a couple of pounds here and there, like especially like with water weight and stuff like that, and you're not constantly seeing the scale number go down. So yeah, they are all the things that I wish I knew before I lost weight. If you found it helpful, please leave me a like. Let me know in the comments what thing surprised you the most. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, and as always, I will see you down in the comments. Let's have a chat. Leave me a grapes emoji because I feel for some grapes, and feel free to share this.
Again, as I said, I would have thought the loose skin would have been on there. For me, loose skin was necessary. I didn't know about that. I became really low when I found out that I had loose skin. I got really depressed for a while, and I hated life. And that's one of the things I would have said I needed to know. Understanding that you're going to be buying a new wardrobe, because obviously all your clothes don't fit you anymore. That was also something, because I was like, I'm a medium, I'm buying a medium, I don't know, so I went from like extra large, and I got down to large, and I bought large tops and large jeans. I bought wardrobe for large, then I went down to medium, and I was like, large doesn't fit, so I had to throw that out and bought medium. Then I went down to small, I was like, frick, I had to buy medium and small. And understanding that, yeah, it's costly. Overall, it's very costly. And everything else, I totally agree with her. So, again, if you like this video and you were interested in what we're saying and why we're saying it, or anything like that, leave a comment down below. Please subscribe to our channels, both of our channels. The channels are going to be down below. She is an awesome person, so reach out, have a little chat with her, and she's very open about her journey. You can see all the videos she's doing, and she's there to help. So if you're looking for someone to help you through this process, we've been through that. We've understand that we're basically living proof that, guess what, doesn't matter how big you are, you can do it if you put your mind to it. So yeah, please subscribe to our channel. And please, 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 stay tuned for the next one.